Are you ready to find peace in your heart? Of course you do. I'm Coach Easy, and welcome to the 'Cause It's Easy show. As an empowered empath, empowering mindsets, and confidence through adversity, I will help you connect and conquer. Listen in as we talk real about serious concerns in the world and learn how by working together we can make life amazing. You are the ultimate number one in your life, and that's why you can be whoever you want and do whatever you want without worrying what anyone else thinks. Why? Because it's easy with me, Coach Easy. I believe there is a path to an easier way, and having God in your life is the key. On this show, laughter is a promise, and music is the spiritual language. Because it's easy. Starts now. How's it going, everybody? Of course, I'm Coach Easy. This is the 'Cause It's Easy show, brought to you by Transformation Talk Radio. Just check us out for the next 30 minutes. We'd love to have you. What my show here today, my first gig, guys. I know what I do is I bring empowerment to people. I empower people to be the best person they can be. Give them the confidence they need. Give them the best opportunity to prosper and do the best they can to be the most productive person they can be. A lot of times we're a little lacking confidence, and that causes our productivity to lack. Our self-confidence does a lot for us. Keeps us, keeps us in light with everybody. I mean, without confidence, a lot of people, we just shy away. I mean, I know people that they'll come off as maybe bad people because they're just socially, a little bit anxieties. Anybody got that? I'm sure there's some of you. I know I even get it sometimes. A little backstory on me, and that just kind of rolls right into my situation. I was injured really bad when I was a kid, severe head injuries, and spent 3 weeks in the hospital, 2 weeks or 3 weeks in intensive care, clinging to life, you could say. I, of course, was 12 years old and in the 7th grade. And of course, I went through a lot of bullying and being picked on, of course, being made fun of because I had some stuff going on, paralysis in my face. And long story short is I learned to be funny. And that's how I made friends. And that's how I got people to quit making fun of me. And then eventually it was just my friends that made fun of me. And if anybody else made fun of me, my friends kind of took care of it. So my life started off as having to battle adversities all my life. Even as a kid, I went through, alcoholic father and nothing too serious, but it was still kind of controversial, just always having to battle through it. And so that's how I've had to do my whole life. It seems like it's one thing after another, and I know how to take care of it now. But confidence through adversities. I wrote a TED Talk about it. I haven't got to read it yet, but we can do anything we want to do. We put our mind to it. And I mean, that means anything. We all have the same capabilities to do stuff. It's just a matter of putting your mind to it. It's all about mindset up here. So we're going to also spread good vibes because I think the country needs it, don't you think? Got a lot of negativity in the world. And that was another thing. I'll just give you another example. I used to be a negative person a lot of my life because I had a lot of things negative go my way. Until one day, I'm at work, I'm a car salesman by trade. I think I was a little bit bummed out about not selling a car. And my sales manager goes, "You're kind of a glass half empty guy, aren't you?" I never had anybody ask me that before. I said, "Well, you probably could say I am." I said, "I kind of always think the worst and hope for the best. That way I'm not disappointed." And he said, "That's a way to live." And I'm like, it is. That is a. So then, of course, my good friend I met in the business, he said he's kind of been a big proponent of positivity, and it's worn on me. And that's how I've been living. I mean, I've had ups and downs. I've had some bad days, bad weeks. But if you keep it positive, you'll come out of them a lot easier. I know that sounds cliche, but it's true. Really true. And then having some belief in God is a really big thing for me. I just kind of found my faith again 6 years ago. And I never really followed him. I was confirmed in the Lutheran church when I was a kid, but having him in my life has made a huge difference. And as a matter of fact, I had an experience 3 years ago. My mother passed away, and it was tough during COVID. And I had something come over me, overwhelming. And I just know it was somehow something I wanted to be close to God. I wanted to do what I could to make him happy. After some research, talking to some people, talking to a pastor, it was the Holy Spirit. And it's amazing. And I never really even asked for it. Like, it's kind of came to me, you know? And the reason I found my faith was when I had a motorcycle wreck. That's what happened 6 years ago. Lost my full-time job, 18 years, and basically about lost my life for the second time. Again, I wished I was dead, but I battled through that. Next thing you know, I'm selling cars, scared to death, not knowing what the hell I'm doing. And I was, next thing you know, 4 months later, I'm number 2 in sales. It's because I had to do it. I would always say it's not about being good at something. It's just about making the effort to do it. You may fail again, but the effort, if you put the effort in to do it, you can't fail. And you know, I always say, you can rest, don't ever quit. Matter of fact, I'm kind of even going through a little bit of that now. I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, it's just, we have ups and downs. We just can't ever quit. You know, you can't quit. So that's what I'm going to do for you. So I'm going to empower you and give you positive vibes and make you understand that life is precious, and we were given this life by our Creator. And I won't get too biblical on you guys. I'm not one of the going to push them on you, but I just make it aware that it's important to have Him. I think for anybody that's not aware of our country falling apart, that's a pretty good sign. It's a good sign that we've been pushing God away for years. And what happens is Satan and his demons come rolling in, and we got to keep them out of there. And we don't want them. They're not fun to play with. They're really not. So anyway, I would love to give you guys more examples. I'm going to try to have some people on here that are really good inspirations for me that I think will be really good inspirations for you guys. Also, I'll have also kinds of fun things planned. This is kind of a feel it out episode, if you want to make sense. And thanks to Transformation Television. I mean, they've helped me, and they kind of brought me here, and I'm excited to be here. And I hope I can make some of your at least a half hour of your day bright and fun. I'm fun. I'm 52 years old, but I'm kind of a comedian. I'm not really a comedian, not a stand-up comedian, but silly. I have a TikTok, I have Instagram, I do all that fun stuff. But I also am a coach and speaker. I have a coaching business, motivational speaking. I've got a story, like I've told you some of it already. I'm a big advocate against domestic abuse. I'm a big advocate against opiates. Maybe overprescribing. I had one of those addictions too after back surgery. There's not much I've been through that I can't relate to people. And that's kind of where I'm at with this business, is I know I can relate and help people. That's kind of the whole purpose of this thing with God. It happened, and I know why it happened, and I know what I have to do. I was in car sales. I enjoyed it. I won't deny that. I loved helping people get a car. And I think for the most part, my customers love me because I wasn't slick. I just wanted to make them happy, man. I just wanted to get in the right car, try to get the best price for them, and that was all I could do. So now I'm here. So motivational speaking, as you can tell, I've got this voice. I can be louder. I don't know how loud I am right now, but I'm pretty loud. And my biggest thing is I'd like to help younger adults and maybe older teens, because they just seem to need some guidance sometimes. I could have used it. My dad died when I was young, so I didn't get that guidance from the male role model for sure. And I'll tell you guys all right now, any of you can relate, or if you've experienced it, there's a reason why you have both parents. And I had both parents for the most part until I was 20, but don't ever take anything away from having a little bit of something from both. They can both teach you something. You just got to hope you have good ones, right? And if for one, anyone that doesn't, I raised two-step kids. They're like I love them to this day. They're grown and have their own kids now. But I will definitely be the first one to help anybody. I just will. I really do. I want to help people as much as I can. Sometimes, you can't do everything. You got time, but these days I got a lot more time than I used to. And it makes me feel good to help people. And any of you that ever want to talk or need to reach out, I got, like I said, a website, get a free consultation, talk it out, see what you think, see what I can do for you. Biggest thing is for the show, though, I want to share some fun stuff, like I want to positive stories, some funny stories, but also give you some skills in order to empower yourself. And I would just say, if there was a good way to start, good place to start, it can't hurt you. It really can't. It can't hurt you at all. It can only help you is try to find a way to get with God. I trust me. I wasn't, and I've had a really kind of a negative life. And I'm not saying that's all God, but it sure didn't help me by being negative. But being positive, big deal, big difference. So that's a good start for you. And then I'll be on here every week, 30 minutes, till you guys scream and yell and say you want more of me. I'm just kidding. I would like to wish anybody ever have questions, shoot, chat, ask me anything. Any obstacles you've had that you went through that you fought through and defeated it, because it's something you should be proud of. Every obstacle we get through is a win. And I'm all about wins. I don't know about you guys, but I was an athlete. I wasn't great, but I was still an athlete. I was pretty middle of the road, but I'm very competitive. Even as my adult age, I find myself being more competitive. I don't know if anybody can relate to that, but sports was my life most of my life, growing up. I even played men's softball until I was 40. And competition's good for you. It's good for us. It really is. It teaches us how to lose gracefully, teaches us how to win gracefully. And I wasn't very good at that sometimes. I was good at winning gracefully, unless the other team was mouthy. But we learn, we grow from that stuff, right? Like I'm very humble, but I can get really cocky if somebody's cocky to me, if that makes any sense to any of you guys. It's just who I am. I wear my heart on my sleeve, everything I do, including helping people. I'm one of those people that usually won't ask for help, but I will be the first one to come and help if you need me. And I want to see if we can fix one person at a time here, get some people back on track, because this has been a long 3 years for everybody. I bet everybody's ready to get back on track, and I got information on that stuff too. If anybody ever wants to know, I've kind of dedicated my life to that stuff too, just wanting to know what's going on in this country and how it can be fixed and what's truth and what's not truth. It's a whole other reality I woke up into. I don't know about you guys if you can relate. I know I'm on TikTok and there's a lot of people that I've related with that feel like they went into another world by ourselves. Like I felt alone. I don't know if anybody can relate to that, but I literally felt like I was in a different world. None of my friends seemed the same. It just seemed like, and I think it's just a complete different reality. I think we're moving dimensions, if anybody understands that stuff. We're shifting. And that's when I'll bring my friend on. He knows a lot more about that stuff. Probably my best friend. He's very versed in the Bible, but he knows a lot of stuff. He's very intelligent. He was going to be a partner of mine. We were going to do podcasts together, but he lives about an hour away and he's still a car salesman. So it's tough to do it for him, but he loves to talk more than I do. So you guys might get a kick out of us having a conversation because we kind of talk over each other sometimes. But I'm excited to be here and to bring joy to people. Anybody else I would maybe going to bring up? I'm finding that, so I'm an empath. You don't probably hear many guys admit that. I didn't know what the heck an empath was. I'd never heard of an empath till about 5 years ago, 4 years ago. And it totally, completely made sense now. I know what I am now. Like it made sense why I was and how I felt the way I felt. And we have intuition. It's out of this world. Some have better than others, right? My intuition has saved me a lot of grief, but it's also hindered me in a lot of ways because we overthink things sometimes. So we have to really grasp what we're talking about and thoroughly think about it, critically think, if you know what that means. There's no taking the first thought because it could be wrong because we just have such a amazing intuition. I can tell you when someone's being shady pretty quick. I can tell you when someone's trying to rob you pretty quick. They're not slick. Car salesman. It's probably why I'm not a hard seller because I can call bullshit pretty quick. And I'm not one to bullshit anybody. I want to just give people the right deal, make them happy, affordable, drive out the lot saying, I love that dude. That guy was a great salesman. If everybody's happy, that brings more business, right? Positivity. That's what I've been saying. Ah, man. I don't even know how many people are here, but I tell you, I welcome you. My name's Coach Easy. My name's Eric. Got the name Coach. I coached youth sports as a kid. I coach kids. And I got nicknamed Easy E in the car business because of my, I don't know, my easy going. And of course, E probably just made sense. I don't really feel like being Easy though, because that's a rapper. I let him be easy on his own. I'm Coach Easy. A lot of people just call me Coach Easy, like not cheesy. It's Coach Pause Easy. And it just kind of went together because I coached and now I'm coaching something bigger and more important in a way. I want to get people on the right path. A lot of younger people go down the wrong path because they didn't have maybe that male role model or they didn't have that father. And I have the wisdom and the tools to help them out. And I hope people will tune in and listen because this show might not be that exciting, but the rest of them will start being real exciting because I've got some of this stuff planned. So this is just a meet and greet. Let everybody know who I am. I got 3 older sisters, way older than me. I had a ton of friends. I don't really know how many I have now. It's hard to tell right now these days. There was such a mess with this election and this government, and we're finding out a lot of stuff that we've been in the dark about for forever. But it really caused a lot of divide between friends and family, and it's unfortunate that had to happen. And it's like for me, I forgive. I mean, I'm not going to hold a grudge, but I'm not also going to make the first move. I've made my moves, and it is what it is. Good quote from Steve Harvey. If anybody watches him, he's kind of an idol of mine. He said, we're all going to lose friends and family throughout our life until we find our tribe. And at first I was like, what's my tribe? This is going to sound corny, but since I started making videos and it was all I started off just doing it for fun because I was laid off work. But I've made a lot of friends on TikTok. I really have. It's like a whole nother family, it seems like. And some people hate TikTok. Some people like it. Some people are scared of it because it's so-called CCP or the part of the Chinese government has part in it. But all our files and all our important stuff is on American soil, controlled by American people. They're just part of it's a mixture of Americans and Asians, but I don't think I'm trying to stick up for them because I've had my own run in for them. They've kept me from making money and what they've done because they don't like you talking about stuff like politics, but I try to get away from it as much as I can. Is if anybody had anyone pass, first of all, my condolences. If anybody passed through those 3 years, it's a tough time. My mom passed too, and I don't really think I knew how to handle it. It was a mixture of sadness and anger. You know what I mean? And I went to the radio waves, kind of almost why I'm here. I mean, I didn't start off thinking I was going to do a podcast 3 years ago. I was in the car business, but the car business, I got taken out 3 different times. 3 different times I got taken out. And so we're going to come back here real soon. Give us a minute or two, and we'll be back. I hope to see you. This is Coach Easy, Cuz It's Easy Show. You have been listening to the Cuz It's Easy Show with me, Coach Easy. Empowered Empath, empowering mindsets, and building confidence through adversities. Tune in every Tuesday at 3:30 Pacific, 5:30 Central Time on TransformationTalkRadio.com, where I, Coach Easy, will show you the easy way to make your life simple, abundant, and amazing. No matter what you have experienced in your life, you can feel positive, confident, learn to laugh, and have fun again. For more information on the Cuz It's Easy approach, visit CuzIt'sEasy.com. Cuz, C-U-Z, it's easy, E-A-Z-Y.com.